Lord, thank you for your word, which guides and strengthens us as we read Genesis 14 today. Help us understand the lessons of courage, loyalty, and faith demonstrated through Abraham's actions. May we apply these truths in our lives. Amen. We start with Genesis 14. Did you know that Genesis 14 tells the story of the daring rescue mission when Lot was captured during the War of Kings? His uncle Abram didn't hesitate. He took 318 men and went after him. With courage and faith in God, Abram defeated the powerful kings and brought back Lot and all the captives. He gave all the credit to God for the victory. And when Melchizedek blesses Abram, he showed his gratitude by giving the tenth of everything he had, because he knew that the God will bless him abundantly. If you have a Bible, please take out Genesis chapter 14 and let's start our reading. Abram rescues Lot. Four kings, Amraphel of Babylonia, Arioch of Elasar, Chedorlaomer of Elam, excuse me for my pronunciation, and Tidal of Goim went to war against five other kings, Bera of Sodom, Birsha of Gomorrah, Shinab of Admah, Shemeber of Zolim, and the king of Bela or Zor. These five kings had formed an alliance and joined forces in the valley of Sidon, which is now the Dead Sea. They had been under the control of Chedorlaomer for 12 years, but in the 13th year they rebelled against him. In the 14th year, Chedorlaomer and his allies came with their armies and defeated the Rephaim of Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and Zuzim in Ham, and the Emim in the plain of Kirithim, and the Horites in the mountains of Edom, pursuing them as far as Alparan on the edge of the desert. Then they turned round and came back to Kadesh, known as the Elmishpat. They conquered all the lands of Amalekites and defeated the Ammonites who lived in Hazon Tamar. Then the kings of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, Zolom, Bela drew up their armies for the battle in the valley of Siddim and fought against the king of Elam, Goim, Babylonia, Elasar. 5 kings against 4. The valley was full of tar pits. When the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah tried to run away from the battle, they fell into the pits. But the other 3 kings escaped the mountains. The 4 kings took everything in Sodom and Gomorrah, including the food, and went away. Lot, Abram's nephew, was living in Sodom. They took him and all his possessions. But a man escaped and reported all this to Abram, their nephew, who was living near the sacred trees belonging to Mamre of Ammonite. Mamre and his brother Eshcol and Ener were Abram's allies. When Abram heard that his nephew had been captured, he called together all the fighting men in his camp, 318 in all, and pursued the 4 kings all the way to Dan. There he divided his men into groups, attacked the enemy by night, and defeated them. He chased them as far as Hobah north of Damascus and recovered the loot that had been taken. He also brought back his nephew Lot and his possessions, together with the women and the other prisoners. Melchizedek blesses Abram. When Abram came back from his victory over Chedorlaomer and the other kings, the king of Sodom went out to meet him in the valley of Shaveh, also called King of Kings Valley. And Melchizedek, who was king of Salem and also the priest of Most High God, brought bread and wine to Abram, blessed him, and said, "May the Most High God, who made heaven and earth, bless Abram. May the Most High God, who gave you the victory over your enemies, be praised." And Abram gave Melchizedek a tenth of all the loot he had recovered. The king of Sodom said to Abram, Keep the loot, but give me back all of my people. Abram answered, I solemnly swear before the Lord, the Most High God, maker of heaven and earth, that I will not keep anything of yours, not even a thread or a sandal strap. Then you can never say, I am the one who made Abram rich. I will take nothing from for myself. I will accept only what my men have used. But let my allies Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre take their share. Here we end with the chapter 14, and as you can see here in till the chapter 14, we can see that how Abraham rescues Lot. Lot takes a lot of good things before, but before they separated, but then Abraham still rescues the Lot. This tells us that sometimes, our own people go against us, but then we help them, like Abraham. Then Melchizedek blesses Abraham, and then Abraham gives tenth of the share to Melchizedek. Tomorrow we will cover the 15th chapter of the Genesis. Lord, thank you for Abraham's example of courage, faith, and integrity. Help us trust you as your provider and to act with loyalty and gratitude in all we do. Guide